everybody, and welcome back to What the Fuck Weekly, the one-stop place for all things that happened this week that have you saying, what the fuck? With me today is Calvin again.
Hello, you people out there.
Did you do anything?
I fought a couple more kangaroos, but that's about it.
Alright, so nothing too major.
Nah, pretty average.
Alright. Well, something that's not average is a 62-year-old grandfather who wrestles sharks. A 62-year-old grandfather is actually fired for wrestling a shark.
You kidding me?
No, he supposedly did this on vacation, but he was actually on sick leave.
I still would have given that guy a medal. I would beat the shit out of a shark, have a gold medal.
He did just save some kids down on the beach in Australia.
And he even works for a children's charity.
Yes.
And he got fired.
Yes.
What dicks.
Yeah, he says that if he'd still have a job if he didn't save the kids, but the kids would be shark food, so I guess it's a catch-22. I mean, I understand why he got fired. You're not supposed to be wrestling sharks on sick leave.
I know, shouldn't be doing your hobbies when you're supposed to be sick, but if you save two kids, I might make an exception. But, whatever. It's your choice.
Just this once.
Just, save a few kids. All right, you can lie once.
All right. This next part of the podcast is going to be called Movie Zones. It's about where I talk about movies that I've seen over the week. And the first one, we're going to talk about Oz the Great and Powerful. Now, I saw this back on Tuesday. It looked hopeful. I mean, I've seen Wicked and I didn't hate it. I mean, even if it is more of a
A chick thing?
Yeah, it is more of a chick thing. But I saw Wicked and like I said, I didn't hate Wicked. But I kind of have the same opinion. I didn't hate this movie, but unlike Wicked, it's not that good. It stars Mila Kunis and some other dude who's been in shit I haven't seen. I mean, the first part of the movie is excellent. Like, the first 5-10 minutes is like a real period piece, and Zach Braff is in this, so Scrub fans might like this movie. But the thing what really brought this movie down was, I'm gonna spoil like the big plot, is Mila Kunis turns out to be the Wicked Witch, and she can't pull it off. She has to yell and scream a lot in this role, and when she does, it comes off real awkwardly. And that's how a lot of stuff is played in this movie. It just comes off real awkward. If I had to give it a letter grade, I'd give it a C. So take that with a grain of salt if you're planning on seeing this movie. Calvin's getting anxious, so let's get back to...
Yeah, I never saw this movie. Might not see it now thanks to him. And if you don't see it, and if you save money from him, thanks. Say thanks.
Subscribe to us.
And send us the money you would have spent instead.
The next story we're going to talk about is a 13-year-old boy is getting babysitted by a 15-foot python.
The second best babysitter ever.
Second best?
Well, your mom never left you at home when you were young with a big-breasted blonde or something?
True. I didn't think about that.
The snake is a very close second, but...
What other animals do you think would make good babysitters?
Tigers. Fucking tigers. No one's gonna go into your house when there's a tiger in there.
How would you train the tiger, not to eat the kid?
Well... you could... Shut up!
I was thinking walrus for some reason, but...
Oh, I'm gonna tell you a story real quick. One time I went to SeaWorld with my girlfriend, and we went to where the walruses were, and there was this walrus plopped up straight against the glass with its wang just slapped against it. It was gross. Anyway, if I saw a walrus in someone's house, yeah, I
suck it off.
Because I wouldn't be in there. I'll tell you what.
This Chinese family left their 13-year-old son with this 220-pound python. They figured if any kidnapper broke in and saw him just messing around with a python, they'd GTFO.
I'd have to agree. I wouldn't see I wouldn't want to break into a house with a python.
I mean,
I wouldn't break into houses at all, of course.
I want to say that they rewarded him with something. I mean, I would say mice, but this thing's obviously too big for them.
No, it was in China, right?
Yeah.
I probably gave him a panda.
Funny thing, you should say pandas, even though I doubt anyone would do that on account of that they're endangered. But
I don't know. He babysitted our 13-year-old kid. That's a pretty good reward.
It's like, hey, can we borrow an endangered species?
Endangered panda.
Well, they'll need a lot of them because who knows how often this family goes out. But
speaking of pandas,
yeah, on topic, pandas actually want to fuck. A female panda in a Chinese zoo is in heat, and this is a big deal because pandas usually don't want to fuck each other for some reason.
Yeah, I wouldn't know why. I know there's only one other species that does it for fun, but you'd think it'd be a natural instinct to want to fuck another animal to keep your population up.
Right.
But, whatever. Pandas are retarded.
Yeah, I've been saying that for years. So, this week, the female panda Shin and her mate Riri are in the mood for making some babies.
A rare occasion. Quite a rare occasion.
Yes, that's... Usually they have to, show them panda porn to get them going.
That's actually a true story, too.
Yes.
He's not kidding.
Calvin watches it all the time.
It is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, usually they have to artificially inseminate these dumb fuckers because they just won't. They're either
they can't
too
get
dumb,
their junk up.
They're too dumb or too lazy to do it. It's all like, I would fuck her, but I think I'm just gonna sit on my ass and eat bamboo.
Well, they're big creatures. I wonder how much energy it would take. That's a lot of energy to screw another one of those things.
If anyone knows, drop us a line. Give us a diagram on how.
If you've ever had sex with a panda, let us know. Send us pictures.
So our next story is kind of funny, actually. A man is hospitalized for refusing to show his beer gut to a hot chick he was sitting next to on mid-flight. Yeah, this fat slob of a guy. This fat slob of a guy must have gotten seated next to a model, and he must have been really interesting.
Maybe it's a fetish. Maybe she likes beer guts.
But so this guy tried to hide it. He obviously got somewhere. I mean, if it was me, and I was sitting next to a girl way out of my league, I'd shut up and mind my own business because I know I wouldn't get anywhere.
That's not the outlook you need to have. You need to be positive. You need to walk up to that model and whip your dick out and be like, hey, let's do it.
You, me, Mile High Club, now.
Oh, yeah. Right in those funky-ass toilets on those planes. Or those bathrooms. Those are kind of awkward.
According to a Japanese site, the guy was hospitalized for deep vein thrombosis.
That's a thing?
Well, apparently, I think it's your blood vessels aren't...
Or about to pop or something?
Or clogged up because of the high altitude.
Oh.
They even, airlines have, special kind of socks you gotta wear.
So did he, have his belt too tight, trying to hide his beer gut from this
I think he was
hot
just
chick?
Sucking it in too long.
Okay.
And when they landed and they were boarding out, he must have been at the window seat because he collapsed when they lapped him, and they had to get a hospital for him.
Damn. All just because he wouldn't show a hot chick his beer gut.
I mean, way to inconvenience everybody else. It doesn't take long enough for the airplanes to get unloaded.
Now you gotta pass out and go to the hospital?
I mean, how inconsiderate.
Especially if you would have won a hot chick over, no sympathy. Sorry, dude.
You lost it. And I was like, so that's so unfortunate. How about you and me, sweetheart? But funny thing, you should talk about the toilets 3 minutes ago, but...
Yeah, close enough.
A woman actually got some pretty major property damage because frozen pee went through her roof.
A frozen pee?
Yes.
A single one, or?
A big lump of it.
Oh, Jesus. Wow, it is... I know you can't see it, but check the link, and it is enormous.
I mean, it's a good solid chunk. It's at least a good foot long, and it's gonna cost her over $6,500 to get that, and she was thinking about selling that house too.
Well, you know what she's got to do now?
What?
She's got to sell that pee. Just like that brick, you got to sell that pee for...
Sell that pee, put it on eBay.
Put that pee on eBay. Probably get about 10 grand off it. Hands down. I wouldn't buy it, but if anyone's interested in a frozen pea, I'm sure it's up on eBay by now.
Email this lady. We'll leave a link so you can find out read this story for yourself. She's actually not going to get any compensation for this.
I can't imagine there being any house insurance protecting you from pee.
No, but if you I think she tried to go after the airline, and they said apparently no one's liable, therefore no one's has to take responsibility, therefore no one has to pay except for her with the property damage.
I'm curious how they lose that much pee from a plane mid-flight.
I mean, I think it's build up from 3 or 4 flights a day, and then it just gets so heavy that it falls off and lands through. I mean, imagine if that hit you and you died that way.
You'd be dead. Oh.
It's you go up to heaven, so how'd you die? I got hit with pee.
Could have been worse. Could have lost all the crap. Then the house would have smelled too. Ugh.
We've come to the part of the show where Calvin gets to talk for a little while, and I'll shut up.
Yeah. He already talked too much during his movie moment, so.
So now it's Calvin's catches. What did you find for us this week?
All right. Well, for a quick explanation, there is technology coming out, and there's a head kind of reminds me the top half of a motorcycle helmet. It is called the Oculus Rift, where, to put it simply, it's basically our first step into virtual reality. And, this technology is relatively new. And already they are developing a fully immersive sex game, virtual reality sex game. Yes.
Oh, baby.
I was stunned. Apparently, they are looking for developers, programmers, designers, any job you can think of for creating this game. So if you're interested in modeling penises and boobs for a virtual reality sex porn...
I would be. I know a few people who draw dicks all day anyways, so...
Oh, you would.
I said I knew people, but we don't talk about my hobbies on the show.
So, if you're interested, follow the link below and you'll be able to maybe if you're a programmer or a designer, you'll be able to find a job in modeling nude virtual women and dudes. Have fun with that.
All right. Thank you, Calvin, for your catch of the week.
The wave of the future.
The way of the future, indeed. Speaking of waves, that was terrible, but a proposal gone horribly, horribly wrong. So this guy decides to propose to his girlfriend near a beach, which is totally romantic and whatnot.
Completely.
And after singing her a song that he wrote for her, he gets down on one knee, is about to bust out the ring, and a big ass wave knocks him out.
If you watch the video, it's well, if you're like me, it's hilarious. But
if your asshole's again,
if you're an average person, it's kind of sad.
Kind of sad.
Kind of sad, but it's hilarious. Really,
it's still pretty funny.
The second after he gets on his knee, he looks to the left, and the huge wave is just right there at his face. And they get just taken out right off that rock.
Why were they doing? It looks like they're on a jetty, which is kind of dumb. You don't fucking run around on jetties.
It was probably a good idea at the moment, kind of thing.
And probably with the sunset and the oceans, oh, it's so romantic.
Future reference for everybody. Don't do that.
Or at least do it during low tide.
That's true.
I know everyone's wondering the same thing. He didn't, and so here it is. He did not lose the ring. I mean, there is a silver lining to this story.
And did she say yes?
Oh, yeah, I guess that is the question everyone really was.
No one gives a shit about the ring.
I mean, I thought about it. It's obviously going to be expensive or an heirloom.
Yes, because he's going to care more about a ring than the woman he loves. That's right, Steven.
I would be kind of pissed if I lost $1,000 ring It's all like, no, fuck it. I'm not marrying you anymore.
It's just like, baby, I lost the ring. It's okay. I love you. Baby, I lost the fucking ring.
Like a deposit on that thing and everything. It's like you go to like one of those Cracker Jack things, you just crank out like a 25 cent. It's like, here.
25 cent ring. Here, take this.
It's symbolic anyways. So, here's something that I thought was pretty cool. The world's first edible spray paint. Some company down in Germany liked to play with their food a little too literally, so they made food dye that you could just spray on like anything you want.
Huh. So I could have like a green turkey or...
Yeah. Huh. Make green eggs and ham a lot easier to make.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It seems safe enough, and it's only like 35... I mean, it is a bit expensive. It's 21.47 pounds, which is about $35. I don't even want to imagine how much shipping is going to be like.
Oh, that's a good point. I imagine it's a fairly large can, though. I imagine, and you wouldn't use it all that often, so it'd be more like of a party thing to bring over.
Yeah,
Probably wouldn't use it like every dinner.
I mean, I would, but
I want everything I eat to be pink.
To match my drapes. Yeah, so we'll leave a link for that if anyone wants to check that out.
If anyone actually wants to color their food.
I mean, it looks cool with the picture they have for us. They have this blue strawberry with a bite taken out of it, and the contrast looks pretty damn cool. Alright, we've had a lot of laughs in this show, but it's about time for us to wrap things up. Our last story is about an 8-year-old girl who was filmed driving her dad's car.
The definition of irresponsible dad.
I mean, when I first found this story, I thought that this girl just, like, stole the car somehow.
But no, there's clearly a picture of the father sitting in the passenger seat.
Yeah, he's just so I guess they just pulled over on the freeway. It's like, hey, you know, it'd be hilarious if we let our 8-year-old drive down the freeway. So I guess they swapped seats, and I don't even know how this girl must have been like really long, because I don't remember being able to reach the pedals when I was that old.
I mean, it barely looks like her head's above the steering column in the first place. I don't even know if she can see.
I think she said they put her like
in a booster seat.
They put her on like a lunchbox or something.
Lunchbox.
Or it says an old antifreeze bottle. I don't know what that looks like.
All right, well,
I figure it's like one of those like lunchbox coolers.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine her feet. Apparently, her feet were able to touch the pedals, though.
Maybe had like stick
or like stilts on her feet,
yeah.
just to drive.
It's like in all those cartoons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the dad was like encouraging her. It's like, yeah, go make it do to at least 100, baby.
Oh my god.
And so the guy is under arrest for reckless endangerment, but the police are trying to figure out what else to charge this dipshit with.
I don't blame him. I'd be charging with everything possible. I tell you, this is definitely far worse than the strippers the mom hired.
And the worst part about it is the mom filmed the whole thing. So
the whole time the 8-year-old was driving, it was...
Yeah, and it says that she was definitely traumatized by this. I don't even understand. Some people... Well, that's everything for this week. Be sure to check us out on Facebook. We have a Facebook now. It's What the Fuck Weekly.
You'll always know when fucked up news is coming our way.
And you also get little extra stories by me or Calvin every now and again. Stuff that we just can't get off our chest. You'll also be updated on the show's progress. So until next time, we'll see you guys later.
Peace.